Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back.
Football is
That's
live.
the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Ted Lasso, and it's a brand new season. This is season 3, episode 1, and I can't wait to see what the Emperor and Darth Vader have in store for Obi-Wan here on this episode, this season rather, of Ted Lasso.
Well, we saw last season Nate was not so great, but I'm ready, willing, and able to see where we go from there. And this, the second to last season now, because we thought it was going to be the last season, but now there's a 4, so let's go. You are the chosen one!
Well, looks like we got a Death Star in Rupert's new team here in season 3. Look, so much happened. We got our team back in the Premier League thanks to Daniel Rojas's penalty kick. And the best part of the season finale, a little greyhound from the shelter with a helmet on.
Little helmet.
Oh, look, phenomenal season 2. I loved it just as much as season 1. Can't wait to see what this new season brings us.
All right, then, without further ado, let's go!
I thought you were going to go with football is life.
No, I was going to go with let's go! Uh-oh. Looks like my garage door opener just called it quits.
All right, this should be a quick and easy job. All we have to do is replace the motor. I'm thinking maybe an hour tops.
You want me using this ladder?
Hey, look, the other guys brought the fiberglass ones out to another job. This is all we had left at the shop. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine.
Looks like Noah used this thing to build the ark.
Guy, it's gonna be just fine. It's a quick, easy job. We're not going up that high. Just don't worry about it. Look, I'm counting on you.
Counting on you. Counting on you. Counting on you. You know, he's always counting on me. So look at this thing. Oh no. Oh. Ah! Ah, my leg! My leg! Ah! Ah!
You're gonna need some help with that. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But this guy is worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But this guy doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company. If you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can click the link in the description, www.forthepeople.com/medicine, to see if you have a case. This guy did, now he's back in the game.
Those who don't know, feel the bang.
Flight 822 to Kansas City. Final boarding for Flight 822.
They don't go direct from there to Kansas City. Whoa, what?
Paging passenger Dunster. Sports to the ticket desk.
What's going on here?
We got to roll. Come on. Let's go. Your mom sent you a text.
No.
Sorry about that. We got distracted.
Is he flying back by himself?
I once held an entire flight to Sydney hostage until I finished the final level of Breath of the Wild.
Hello, Henry. It's nice to see you again. Are you excited to head back home?
To all my toys, yes. To my country's political landscape, not.
I have a tendency to doze off with CNN on. iPad's all loaded up with a bunch of movies, so no need to watch your neighbor's screen, okay? Less movies about clowns in sewers, the better, right? Whew, 6 weeks goes by real quick when you're having fun, don't it? Hey, do me a favor. When you get home, will you give your mom a big squeeze for me and let her know I love her? Yeah? Until then, here, you bring it in. Come on. Okay. Hey, I love you, buddy.
I love you too, Dad.
Okay, get out of here.
For a second there, I thought he was picking up a little bit of an accent. Ted's son.
That'll happen sometimes when you're over there for long enough.
Sorry, an interview recently. Josh Harnett, his wife and daughters are all British, and they live over there, and so he's the only American in the house. He's like, I'm outnumbered.
Good morning, Ted.
Hey, Doc.
How you feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, no.
So how did the drop-off go?
Well, for me or for him, I think those are two very different answers. But no, I'm fine. Like, I don't know. I just feel kind of guilty about the little guy being all by himself again, you know?
Keely, Higgins, Roy,
Coach
Beard.
A sensible
I
autonomy
love
at Henry's
it.
age is good for him.
Oh.
He gave Mr. Maher cash for babysitting me. I showed up to school the next day, and Mr. Maher gave me the money as payment for the work I'd done. Though then I used that money to buy him a thank you gift, but never got the chance to give it to him because, well, he ended up getting hit by a train.
Oh, dang.
Wow, I didn't see that
Oh,
coming.
Fort.
Yeah, well, neither did Mr. Maher.
Dark?
You feeling good about the upcoming season?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, I guess I do sometimes wonder what the heck I'm still doing here. I mean, I know why I came, but it's the sticking around I can't quite figure out.
You don't quit things, Ted.
Right. Yeah. But hey, maybe my being here is doing more hurting than helping at this point, you know?
Biscuits.
Hey, you still cool with me asking you some personal questions?
For now, yes. Go on.
Hey, holy smokes, I love that hat. Recognize you from that show Leaky Diapers, don't I?
Leaky diapers.
Leaky diapers.
What team you with right now?
Can't say.
Uh-huh. How many Australians you got on the team?
9.
Oh, rugby. What a game. It's like American football and sumo wrestling gave birth to a baby with huge muscular thighs all caked in mud, you know what
Okay, Ted, I need to go.
Okay. Talk to you later, Doc.
Goodbye, Ted.
All right, now. You trying to go off?
Not yet, I didn't.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Oh, I just can't wait to see Vader this season. I hope they get to him right away.
Vader or
or the Dark Lord, but Vader's the one who stabbed Ted in the back.
I just wasn't sure what
Bloody hell! All of them have us finishing last this season.
It's really rather annoying, isn't it?
Every lonely, middle-aged, sports blogging loser writing in his mother's basement.
Hey, notice Ames Otis? Yeah. Henry went back to Kansas this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Dropping off the airport a little bit ago. Now he's up in a plane, 10,000 feet in the sky.
I think they probably fly higher than that.
Definitely.
10,000.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Well, apparently everyone alive has picked Richmond to finish in 20th place this season.
Except the Daily Mirror, which has us finishing 20th. An adorable but devastating typo.
Okay, well, you know what? I predict all their predictions ain't gonna come true. So it looks like we got ourselves a prediction Mexican standoff. As they call them in Mexico, a prediction standoff.
Higgins.
And, you know, the fellas we got are already gelling real nice. I think we're gonna do just fine this season.
Ted, this team doing just fine is a far cry from you telling me we were going to win the whole thing.
Whoa! Did I really say that?
Yes, you did, over there after the Man City.
You watch. From now on, I'll be floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. Except I won't die immediately after using my stinger. I plan to float and sting for the entirety of the whole season.
Excellent. Right. If you'll excuse me.
She wants results.
I have a very important lunch meeting with one Miss Keely Jones for some much-needed girl talk.
Hey, tell her we said howdy and yo.
Didn't expect that.
At last. Who wrote that?
Everybody, bro. Len Hoddle, Graham Souness, Jermaine Genius.
Maybe they're trying to motivate us.
He smiles.
Hey, lads. Hey, we ain't gonna get relegated because we're together. And together, we got me.
Statistically speaking, most teams who get promoted are relegated the very next year.
Oh, gee, come on. I know you're always...
That's what happens in the... Shut the
The Dutch, am I right?
I did have one question.
Yeah, what's that?
Why the f- is it called Hoosiers?
Hey, what's up, sweetie pie?
This is the best way for us to play this season. 4-4-2, which is
4 defenders, 4 in the midfield, and 2 up front. Yeah, I got it.
God, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, Henry and I played a whole bunch of FIFA while he was here. Very helpful. You know, we both learned who Maradona was, and I had to explain to my son why it's actually bad for you.
which means they'll always know what they're supposed to do, and more importantly, where they're supposed to be every minute of every game against every opponent.
Yeesh. Who invented this thing? The Russians?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Coach, how come you never hear of an overdog?
In German, the Uberhund. But in English, we say top dog. Or, more specifically, West Ham.
I love the
Out of grumbling.
Oh, West Ham. Oh, nice ride, buddy. Got it with the fancy team, still driving your bucket. Piece of shit. Nice.
That's a classic.
Yeah, sure it is.
The flow, and you can picture like a photo.
Dun, 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 dun,
Look at it's copyrighted.
Oh, wow. He didn't even acknowledge her.
Oh, he's believing his own hype.
There he is, the Wonder Kid himself. Get out.
Wow.
Follow the leader.
Oh, good to see Nate's turned over a new leaf.
Why don't you step into my office? Yeah?
Oh, God, it's like a real office up there. People typing and being awkward and everything. Oh, I love a bit of corporate real estate scuttlebutt.
Yeah. So the previous tenants, they had to break the lease because the boss kept getting caught pinching his employees' butts all the time.
Well, one man's grope is another woman's gain.
Whoa.
Hey, it's all right.
I'm so busy, I literally have to make time in my schedule to sit at my desk and cry. Oh. And I'm double booked.
Double booked.
And you know who else picked us to finish last?
Please don't say it down.
Paddington Bear. It was on his Twitter account.
Yeah, bro, I saw that. On a scale of 1 marmalade sandwich to 5 marmalade sandwiches, we've got no marmalade sandwiches.
Well, I think it's probably other people running for him. Wait, what?
You just blew.
You guys are more distracted than a bunch of cats playing laser tag. Hey, is Kenneth around today?
Yeah, no, Kenneth lives here.
Yeah, no, he does work a lot, don't he?
No, isn't he? He literally lives here at the facility.
He does?
Yeah.
Since when?
Ever since his cult got shut down.
This segment of today's training is now complete. I need everyone to go hop on the bus. We're taking practice on the road. And last one in the parking lot has to eat a little bug. Everyone run except Roy. Let's go.
Boy, sucks butt that everyone's predicted Richmond to finish last. I mean, what floppy cocks? You're not actually worried about that, though, right?
I'm a bit worried that Ted isn't worried enough.
Yeah, but you got to let Ted be Ted, right?
Yeah, but you gotta win.
Wanted to destroy everything Rupert loved and owned and coveted. Like Left Eye from TLC when she burnt all her boyfriend's trainers in Bath and ended up burning down the entire house.
Poor Andre.
Andre Rison.
No, the Naomi just wants to beat him, to win. That's growth, right?
Sure.
Just win, baby.
You want to spend £200 every week on flowers?
Yeah.
Why?
So the office is cheerful and smells nice.
Flowers are for 2 things, Miss Jones. Dead people and dead marriages.
Ooh.
You're so nice to meet you.
That's the accountants are always right to the point.
Seems fun.
She's my CFO.
Oh, CFO.
The company that financed me placed her
Close
here,
enough.
but she's my CFO. Yet sometimes my CFO...
Chief Financial Officer.
Oh my, I did not know that.
Why didn't you just Google it?
Because I trust in the universe.
Oh,
Trust in the universe.
Thank you for the advice.
Thank you for your bosom.
Anytime.
Oh, there he is.
Everyone, this is the dum-dum line. This is where dum-dums go. Stay.
You, go in for the dum-dum. Try not to join him on the line. Go.
Wow. This is how he's going to get his respect, is just by being an asshole. He doesn't want anybody to step on his toes.
Mr. Mannion would like to speak with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now.
Now?
Is he going to get canned this early?
Take over here. 5 more minutes of this and just run until the drop.
Okay.
Right. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh, what if
Just
Nate
because
gets...
my name is Disco doesn't mean we're here to party, huh?
Mr. Inferno?
There he is.
Look at that window.
The Wonder Kid himself.
Hello. How was your trip?
Wonderful.
Everything's black and he has a round window.
I believe they picked to finish 20th.
Well, yeah, because there's no 21st.
That's very good.
Laughing like Tony Atlas over here.
Mr. Mannion, the car is being removed from the lot as we speak.
Ah, good.
Did he get him a new
Security
car?
thinks one of the new cleaners must have parked in the Prestige lot by accident.
Yeah, it's Nate's car. Yes. Good.
Oh.
Cakes, let security know that we have found the automobile's owner and everything's fine.
Yes, Mr. Mannion.
So, new place, still not getting the respect.
I know you'll make me proud. I believe in you.
Thank you, Mr. Rupert. Just Rupert. Plain Rupert. Rupert.
Reverting back to Nate.
Yeah. Might as well have had a lightsaber in that office.
Thanks, K-Rock.
Ted, it's a good rule of thumb never to ask a hippie to come in on his day off. Okay, message received. Ah, right. Well, I'll go and smoke some toad venom while I'm waiting. And the whole day's not a waste. Cheers.
The whole day's not a
Smoke some toad venom.
The driver's back after the toad venom? Yeah. He'll be fine in 20 minutes. He'll be forever changed. But he can drive, yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys. It's down the hatch. Yeah, we're going down here.
A sewer.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fine.
He's still wearing his cleats.
Is that Roy Kent? Dunno. Roy Kent! Is that you?
I just wanted to go through this transfer list, some good options here. Why are you dressed like an umlaut?
Keely tears.
I've had this dry clean now 6 times.
Yeah, come on down, fellas. That's it. All right. Greyhound, behold the majesty of the London sewer system.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Yep, that's what I thought at first as well. But then over the summer, Henry and I took a tour of this place with Ivor here.
Why would you take your kid for a tour of a sewer?
Well, it was his idea, actually. See, what happened was on this plane ride over here, the fellow sitting next to him was watching that horror movie, It. So then when he heard about this tour, he has to go on it in order to face his fears.
Yeah, that is good.
Ain't much scarier out there than a creepy clown, right?
Except for a gorilla with on a horse.
Dual wielding.
The person you are here to see, the Wonder Kid himself, our new manager, Nathan Shelley.
See how he does under the pressure of his first press conference.
Thank you. Very nice to be here. I'm pretty sure I said Wunderkind. But
He's still Nate.
Doesn't matter.
How are you and the lads getting on?
Yeah, really great. Getting to know them, getting to know all about them, getting to like them.
Oh no. Oh no. He's having a major anxiety attack.
What is he doing?
Oh, he's having a flashbacks. See, now that's interesting again. We'll talk later.
You are now the manager of a contending Premier League team, but just 2 years ago, you were a mere kit man washing another team's underwear. I mean, it must all feel a bit overwhelming for you, yes?
He's gonna Hammer
What's
'em.
overwhelming is the confusion I feel when someone so intelligent looking asks such a stupid question.
That was pretty good.
Oh.
Meow.
Good.
Anyone else?
Good.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Isaac.
What the f we doing here?
What are we surrounded by down here?
Coach,
Yeah, Jamie.
I'm surrounded by poopy.
So if you're ever having a crisis of confidence, borrow some of Jamie's. Yeah? Or if you're feeling down, get some Danny in your life. Or you can learn from Richard's vast knowledge of expensive wines.
Fine wines, Coach.
Guys, all we got to do is remember to stay connected to one another and let anything we don't need flow right through. All the way to, I don't know, Germany or where's it go, Ivor?
Processed through a treatment plant and dumped back into the ocean, where we swim and get our seafood.
Well,
Let's go. Hurry up. On the house.
No sudden movements near the bus driver.
Coach Shelley, would you like to comment on the new picture of AFC Richmond that's just showed up online?
Oh, here we go.
I think I know where the team's gone.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to me. We'll have to train in a sewer because their coach is so shitty.
Oh. Shots fired.
Well, it's a guy who gave you an opportunity. What an asshole.
Check this out.
What up?
No, that's not. When she said, yeah.
I better say so.
Hey, lads. Remember, it's just poopy. Let it flow.
Just poop it.
Oh, now.
Did you hear what Nathan was saying about you?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you planning on addressing that?
No, ma'am.
Everyone is laughing at us. Ted. At you, at our team, at me. Rupert is laughing at me. Ted.
Do you have any response to the comments made earlier today by your former assistant coach, Nathan Shelley?
I thought it was hilarious. I mean, he came and got us, didn't he? No doubt about that. Hey, but that's Nate the Great for you. He's the same way on the pitch. He'll find the tiniest little weakness in a team and just want to attack that. Yeah, I mean, he's a junkyard dog, man. And smart. They're real lucky to have him over there at West Ham. I wish him the best of luck.
They weren't ready for that.
I guess I'm a little surprised that's all he could come up with, especially against me. Not one joke about me being a dumb American. Come on, man. Sitting there. I mean, I'm so dumb. I was supposed to say, how dumb are you? Gary?
Why?
Well, I mean, it's just classic joke structure. Give it a shot. I mean, I'm so dumb. Lloyd?
How dumb are you?
I'm so dumb that the first time I heard y'all talking about Yorkshire pudding, I thought it was a fancy word y'all had for dog poop. Yeah. I mean, I'm so dumb.
How dumb are you?
Set.
And not one crack about my appearance? About this mustache? I look like Ned Flanders is doing cosplay as Ned Flanders. I mean, when I talk, it sounds like Dr. Phil hasn't gone through puberty yet.
That's what gets him the most.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. Field of Dreams? No?
Missing out.
So why would you like movies about it? Well, hey, how about this one? Regarding my panic attacks, I've had more psychotic episodes than Twin Peaks. I mean, I'm so crazy. There we go.
Why doesn't he get angry? That's what he's thinking.
First time I heard Ted Lasso. Who's the wanker now?
Oh. His dad is still.
It's from Mr. Mannion.
It's going to be keys.
I don't know if I should open it in front of you or wait for you to leave.
It's a car.
Spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1.
Bentley.
Ooh. Or is that an Aston?
Or Aston Martin,
Yeah.
excuse me.
How dare you? It's James Bond car.
Holy shit.
Gotta look.
Well, you can't have his head coach driving around in that little
Cooper.
classic.
Little Mini Cooper. Oh, look at the Dark Lord watching from his circular window.
I I'm finished, Uncle Roy.
Here we go.
Ice cream before dinner? Either you think I did something very good, or you guys did something very bad.
Your Uncle Roy and I have something we need to tell you.
Okay, what?
We're going on a break.
Oh,
Which is it?
Well,
We broke up.
that's not the talk I was expecting.
why? Because we thought you'd want to hang out with me sometimes. No. Why are you breaking up? That's a good question.
We're too busy.
But you were both busy before.
Yeah, it does sound kind of stupid now, doesn't it?
I mean, you were only together a year, and few relationships can survive a major career. Much less two.
She been watching.
Besides, my mum and dad split up when I was 4, so one of my core beliefs is that nothing lasts forever.
Oh, that's a shame.
I am happy we still get to be friends, though. Yeah, so am I.
She's taking this awfully mature.
Are you sure you're doing the right thing?
I don't know.
Can I say a bad one?
Go on.
I think you're being stupid.
Hey, big guy. You know I don't like being away from you, right?
Yeah.
And that I'd only ever do it for something really important, something I believe in, yeah?
Yeah.
And do you understand why I'm still here?
Of course. To win the whole thing.
Well, now don't forget, winning ain't everything.
Yeah, Dad, but you gotta try, right?
Yes, exactly.
No, you're absolutely right. We always have to try.
Good. Now the universe is alive. Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. Jake gave it to me.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Mommy's friend. See, it lights up.
Oh. Well, any hopes that Ted had of reconnecting? Oh, we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. There's the start of season 3.
Oh, look, I know Nate's at least not a good guy in here at all and did Ted pretty dirty, but I'm so entertained by the interaction between Nate and Rupert. Honestly, somewhat because of I can see nothing but Star Wars when those guys are there. I mean, they had the circular window. All they had to have was the lightsabers, and they're dressed in all black. So I'm probably a little bit more entertained from a comedic standpoint with Nate and Rupert than I think I might otherwise be, given everything that they did. But it's still great, I think. I think it's going to be great for the show. Maybe there's another arc that Nate can swing back to. Who knows how that plays out. Some of you may know what happened with a certain Jedi, so I guess we'll see. You never know which way it could swing. But so I really like that we get to see Nate in someplace else with another team. With Rebecca's in an interesting spot this season because look, she doesn't want to go back to relegation. She wants to win. And look, she had 2 seasons, with Ted kind of doing his thing, making the players better. They went on a little win streak there. We saw a lot of that was done, off screen. We would come back from an episode and see that they had won 6 in a row or whatever it might be. But they got to a position where they were able to win their way back into the Premier League. But look, I mean, all the kind of happy-go-lucky stuff with Ted, that's all great. But Rebecca needs to win. And I know that she's putting a lot of it on Rupert right now. But just as a team owner, she needs to win. 1, to not get relegated. 2, to not be a laughingstock. 3, it's her team and she wants it to be successful. She believes in the team now. She's not about, crushing and destroying what Rupert used to have. So, that's important. And I kind of wondered, is Rebecca going to accept the old Ted where, winning's not everything. As long as we make people better. It's like, look, you're a Premier League football coach. This is the real deal. You need to have results. They're going to need some wins. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out because I think, during the press conference, I think at first Rebecca was maybe a little, okay, we're doing this again with the jokes, and Ted's kind of, letting it get a little bit of egg on his face for some laughs. But then Keeley kind of reassured Rebecca, hey, that's just letting Ted do his thing. And we saw the results, didn't we, with how it got to Nate. It wasn't what Nate wanted. It still got to him. He closed the laptop and it still got to him. So it's kind of the, killing him with kindness sort of thing that I think Ted is going for. And again, we'll see how that plays out. The breakup, and this will be kind of the last thing I touch on here, but the breakup with Roy and Keeley, I don't know if I misread that. I don't know what you guys think. I thought when they said they were going to have the talk with Phoebe, one, I was like, well, shouldn't, the parents be doing that? Roy's the uncle and Keeley's, the girlfriend in this case. But I thought that was the talk they were going to have.
Which talk? Look how young she is. Which talk did you think?
I thought, there's only one talk when you have kids. There's only one talk you have.
They don't have a talk with a kid. She's like 8 years old.
Well, I don't know if they show how old you are.
And also, I don't think the talk should be given by an uncle and their girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. I knew right away it wasn't like the talk.
There's only, folks, help me out here. Is there only one talk?
I get it. No, because kids? if you were a parent in your look, if you were you and your wife were splitting and you said to your friends, "Hey, we have to have the talk with the kid," it's if they knew there was a bad situation, the talk could very well be a breakup talk. I'm sure.
Did I miss something at the beginning of the episode that Phoebe or Keeley and Roy said they were breaking up? I don't
know, but she was crying in the office, and then she said, "Oh, Roy's going to kill her if she's busy again." So you could tell there was whatever. But clearly, there had to be something else going on other than having the talk.
I don't know. It wasn't clear to me. It wasn't clear to me at all that Roy and Keeley were breaking up. That was shocking.
I'm not saying that was clear. It was just clear to me that it wasn't. The talk can be like circumstantial. I know that there are the big talks, but in cases of breakups and other major life situations, like let's say a family member got really sick or something like that. Hey, I have to have the talk with the kid. The talk. Well, because there are certain situations where, again, under certain circumstances, we just didn't know what the circumstances are. But clearly it wasn't the talk.
Answer your thoughts on that.
They make it pretty strong to say that as the talk. And I know, I get it too, but
there's traditionally one talk.
When you hear on any show, maybe in your personal life it's been different about the talk, but usually when they have it on any sort of show or movie and they say the talk, it is the talk.
Yeah, so all that being said, I'd love to hear your folks' thoughts on it, but a great way to kick off the season. I like how things are kind of starting to line up here. And, I had the same question about Ted. I think maybe halfway or 3/4 of the way through either the first or second season, I think we all kind of had questions of like, okay, this attitude stuff is great, but you do need to win. I'm wondering how that's going to play out in season 3 here, but a great way to start.
Yeah, well, you got to just let Ted be Ted.
Yeah.
And that's what even though I get Rebecca, she wants to win because she knows Rupert is laughing. Rupert is picked at the top. He took Nathan. He's being the Dark Lord or whatever you want to call it, overlooking him going, good, over. I mean, come on. I mean, in the all black.
The window.
The window is pretty good. But then again, we had Nathan where he was bumbling and was, not ready to go. And then he did his certain thing where he spit it.
Yeah, he did the spit again. And before it was, and
the
again,
last 2 times it was with the mirror.
It was the mirror where we all.
But maybe that's
agreed.
now just maybe that's what helps with the mechanism.
Because that's what had me confused. I don't know if you wanted to jump in on this one, Oak, but when we saw him do it before, he spit on the mirror. We're like, okay, yes, the folks in the comments were right. He hates himself in this moment, and that's why he's doing it. But then
maybe that's just
maybe
now that's just a way,
a psychological
thing. Because then you saw him pop up and be Nate the asshole, not Nate the great, and just ripping on Richmond. Which I believe you used some choice words during that part because, Coach Lasso is the only one that gave him a chance, that listened to him, helped him get to where he got. And this is how you repay the guy. And
dropped him and ignored him.
And that was the thing, too, is we discussed that in even the prior episodes
a few episodes back where he said that you only have pictures of dumb Americans on your desk, which are his kids, which are his Henry and his ex-wife. And that was a huge bombshell as well. But real quick back to Nate. So you're doing all this, and you'd expect Ted to get mad, but we only saw Ted really get angry. Well, 2 instances. One, when he was led Tasso.
Yep.
When he was the mean coach, and then the other one was when he was yelling at Sharon because he didn't believe in psychologists. Oh, and a little bit about his dad. He was mad at his dad because he quit. But other than that, we always see him have, the best positive attitude he could, much to the chagrin of where Coach Beard has yelled at him. Obviously, Nate has yelled at him. Now even Rebecca in this one. But here's the thing. He's still Ted. He's still going to be Ted. Look at it the whole time during that press conference. He's looking at his phone to make sure the most important thing in his life, his son, gets home fine. And he just went out there and was himself. And Rebecca was mad, but I love that then Keely texted and chimed in, good job letting Ted be Ted, because if you try to get that fire under Ted to be that way, that's not him. That's not his style. That's not what he's going to bring to the table. He's going to do like he did here, which, take him sewer is kind of interesting, obviously, but he's it's a teachable moment to be like, hey, look, just none of this matters around us and what everyone is picking us. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to lean on each other. Hey, Quinn gives a bad review, you got to lean on me and Oak, or if Oak gives a bad review, you got to lean on me and Quinn. I never give a bad review, so they can always lean on me. But all joking aside with that aspect, but no, he's just making it very important that the team just stick together no matter what goes wrong. And I get it, people are saying, well, how is this going to help out versus actually practicing? Guys, it's a TV show for one, and it was only one day of practice that they weren't practicing. And it was something
being mental.
Exactly. A good buddy of mine. Yes, a good buddy of mine was a coach, and he's like, hey, if we're not practicing out here physically, do mental reps in your head. Those go a long way too. So that way exactly what you're doing game day, and if you have belief in yourself, the sky is a limit.
And believe in your team.
And then back to with Henry, then at the end is we had the gut punch where mom's friend Jake, and that's
State Farm.
Well, yeah. But just hearing that, and you just we see him, Ted, struggling through this, and now he's gonna have to struggle even more because now his ex is essentially moving on.
I missed it. Was she still in his phone as Michelle Lasso?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it said at the beginning, I will double check for the sake of this, but because I believe it's
any hope that Ted has of getting back together with her, I think is kind of officially crushed now.
Well, that was the kid's phone, remember?
Yeah, but she sent him a text,
no, the text was sent to the kid's phone.
Yeah, but it wouldn't
up as Michelle Lasso.
Okay, it is Michelle
Have a safe flight. I love you, Michelle Lasso. That wouldn't be the kid's phone. I don't think the kid would have Michelle Lasso in his phone.
Or a picture of himself.
He would have mom.
Okay, watch the rest of the clip. What are you talking about?
He puts that phone in his pocket.
Yeah, why would
he shows it to her and then he puts it in his pocket.
He hands the phone to the kid. It's the kid's phone.
It's not. It cannot be the kid's phone. There was no.
Well, nonetheless,
I had never had my mom in my phone or my dad in my phone as their actual name. I'm sure he just showed it to him so that way the kid could look at it. So that way Henry could look at it, and then I'm sure he got it back. I digress.
Look what I started.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have asked. But but we even saw though the last 2 seasons it was still Michelle Lasso.
Yes,
it was never Michelle.
Yep.
Anything else. So there you have it.
And it's been a whole off season. So.
Yeah, I thought this was a really solid episode. Good start to the season. A lot of dynamic here as far as character development all the way around. Of course, Rupert's going to be Rupert. Nothing's changed with him. Nate's still battling a lot of the old demons that he was battling and continues to battle about self-confidence and all those sorts of things. He got really frozen up during the press conference. And then really instead of being a professional, he just bashed the other team. And I can't speak to how it is in football over in Europe. But in the United States with basketball, American football, baseball, rarely, if ever, will you see a coach talk like that about another team.
No locker room material.
They talk about how, look, I'm sure they do off camera, but on camera and in press conferences, have you ever seen any press conference where a coach like went in and called another team like shit or anything?
I think just once in college football, I forget who it was. I think they were playing the Georgia Bulldogs, and they said they were going to beat the dog shit out of them. It didn't end well for that team.
Oh, yeah. So look,
I mean, I'm sure they're out there if we look. I mean,
but I mean, that's just not how coaches should talk. And when Ted came back, we saw in last season's episode, or last season's, Nate was very much looking for approval everywhere, constantly on social media. It means the most from his dad. And then we saw his dad. Here he is, manager of one of the top teams in the Premier League, and dad still disappointed in him. Well, not number one. They said
they finished number one.
No, top four.
Top four. Okay.
Yeah. So, but in any regard, Nate just still not getting that approval from his dad, and then Ted doing what Ted does was almost like he needed Ted to fire back so he could, be the bad guy and fire back again. And Ted didn't do it. Ted was just Ted, and I don't think Nate knows who he wants to be, and Rupert bought him the new, I said Bentley wrong.
New Aston.
The new Aston Martin, about as cool as it's going to
beautiful car
ever get. An absolutely gorgeous car. So now he's got that mentality, but are people still looking at him like the kit manager, the kit cleaner? I mean, is he going to be really taken seriously? Wonder Kid, Wonder Kind. I mean, so it's just it's going to be a very interesting dynamic with Nate. Now Rebecca is, we felt like she made so much progress over the last 2 seasons, and now she's reverting back to so much of her personal energy is being focused on Rupert. And I get it, right? Like the ex-husband, now he owns a team and they're in the Premier League and you just got promoted, and as our guy John or whatever, it's very normal for the teams who get promoted to get relegated again. So she's going through a lot. Of course, we had the issues with Roy and Keeley, and they seemed like such a solid couple, but they had their moments where in the previous seasons where you felt like maybe they're going to break up, and then you got this really raw honesty between the two, and you're like, wow, what a solid foundation. They might have their bumps and bruises, but just a really solid foundation.
I like how Phoebe kind of called out some of their stuff. Like, why are you doing that?
Why are you
That's
doing
silly.
this? Yeah, I mean, Phoebe was almost like the voice of reason. Well, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And so it was interesting to have like the point of view of somebody who was very young. But I think, likely the same questions that anybody would have. Okay, well, what caused you to break up? So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. Of course, we had Jamie have his confession at Rebecca's father's funeral last season. So I don't know if that's going to come back into play. I feel like it wouldn't now with Roy being his coach. But who knows? We've seen so many twists and turns in this series. But look, I really liked the way they started off this season. It was a good episode. Was it super, super fast paced? No, but it's the first episode. So you're building a lot of groundwork. They didn't need anything overly dramatic to happen. But, we still saw there's a new man. And in Michelle's life, we had the breakup. So there was definitely some big things that happened. And again, I'm going to say it one more time before we wrap up the review. I love the Star Wars stuff. The window, the black office.
I mean,
the window.
Rupert's crushing it as the Emperor.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they go with that for this season. So.
Sorry, real quick. Yeah, because Anthony Head, they said that he's actually like quite a great actor. That some people I saw in the comments are like kind of sad to see him be a bad guy because I guess he's such a well-liked person.
Is he normally
well respected across the pond? Yeah.
So
they're like laughing. They're like he does it well, but they're like, we didn't want to hate him at first because they love him.
It's always interesting seeing somebody. For him or for us. He's kind of a new actor. But, there's plenty of actors and things that we've seen where, you know, they're always the good guy, and every once in a while they get the role as the bad guy, and you're like, oh, this is terrible, but it's so much fun. Or you get somebody who's a bad guy all the time, and then they throw you a curveball, and he turns out to be the good guy in a movie, and it's kind of like, this is different.
Well, he was also known as Rupert in, I guess, Buffy the Vampire Slayer for 122.
Haven't seen a single one.
Yeah.
No, we have not. But yeah, this is a great show to start off this season. We cannot wait for more. So for Apple and Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.